Hi everyone, I'm Sam Lassant and welcome to Luzerne County Community College Report. You know, we do this report every month, give you an update what's happening at this great college. It's amazing what's happening. Today we're going to talk about the financial aid, the money that is distributed here at the college. And first we start the show off with my good friend, the president, John Yudichak. John, over 8,000 students, wow.
Yeah,
it's amazing, isn't it? Wow, you know, I have to tell you, doing the show, people come up, will ask questions, etc. But one guy who was 57, 58 years old, and he specifically says, Sam, you know, he said, I want to tell you what I did. I said, what? He said, I do crossword puzzles and I want to keep my mind busy. He said, you know, I took a course at the college just to keep myself active, you know, whether it's psychology or whether it was English, etc. So it was interesting that you have, you know, just the refresher, you know, to keep yourself young. Isn't that something?
Well, it's the phrase I continue to use. Communities in our name, communities in our mission, and we need to be in the community and be a community service, have a community impact. And whether that's a student coming out of high school looking to pursue a degree or a career or a trade, or someone in the community that wants to stay engaged, like that gentleman. We have a lot of students like that come back and take a class, whether it's a cooking class or a creative writing class. So that's the beauty of Luzerne County Community College. And I want to thank you, Sam, for doing this show, for putting out to the community all the great things that this college is doing every day in our community. The tremendous faculty and staff that you have on. They've been the lion's share of this program. And it's great hearing these stories. I go back and I watch the shows and I learn more and more just a tremendous impact that this college has on individual lives, on the region as a whole, northeastern Pennsylvania, as the largest institution of higher education, the largest institution of workforce development in northeastern Pennsylvania. It is a pleasure and honor to be the president of Luzerne County Community College.
I appreciate that, and thank you. The interesting thing is that as you continue to meet the needs, okay, I was just talking to Bob, and he said that, you know, you're doing some other things that you'll be announcing pretty soon, and it affects our county and it affects the local community. That's the whole purpose, I think, of LCCC.
And look, the driving force was to make higher education accessible and affordable to all, to every individual, whether they're coming out of high school or whether they're already in the workforce. I told this story at my inauguration as president. I'm the last of 8 children, Joe and Sally Yudichak, blue-collar workers. I was the first in my family to go to college. 50% of our students here at Luzerne County Community College are first-generation college students. Very hard to navigate, very hard to finance. Somehow, some way, Joe and Sally Yudichak got me a debt-free education. Now, you know my 4 beautiful daughters, one now at Syracuse University. I know the gift that my parents gave to me, I can't give to my children. I can't give them a debt-free education because the cost of higher education has gotten so exorbitant. That's where Luzerne County Community College comes in. We're 50 to 75% less than, in terms of tuition, than most other colleges and universities. Just give you a good example. Private universities in the area, they do a great job. They're great schools. But a year at a private university, the average cost is close to $36,000. For $3,200 in tuition dollars, you can get an associate's degree at Luzerne County Community College. Think of that difference. Think of that power. Think of being able to come out of college debt-free. That's hard to do in the 21st century. Luzerne County Community College, because of the great work that's being done by Laura Kopka in our financial aid, Rebecca Brominski in our scholarship programs, in our foundation, which I know you were a part of from the very beginning back in 1983, over $6.5 million has gone out in scholarships. Millions of dollars in financial aid, giving that tremendous gift to an individual to be able to come out of college to pursue a career and not have exorbitant debt, $200,000-$300,000 in debt, as many students, and that's why you see the issues happening across the country where schools are failing. parents and families are turning away from the exorbitant cost of higher education. That's the value of Luzerne County Community College. We give you the best shot at a debt-free education of any university or college in the country.
And there's a lot of people that have seen the progress and are contributing to the foundation. You know, no matter what it is, it's contributing to the foundation. Coming up, we have these people who are responsible for financial aid and the scholarship programs. It's amazing what's going on. So you doing all right?
We're doing great. We had a wonderful annual scholarship dinner. We do that in the fall each year. Raised over $100,000. The beauty of that, and going around and talking to the families that started a scholarship to honor their parents, as I did. I had the great honor to be able to set a scholarship up here for my father, Joe Yudichak Career Pathway Scholarship, and another program that we're doing with the Sally Yudichak Expressive Arts Program at the Children's Service Center. To be able to honor your parents or honor a child, someone that you've lost, someone that you love, that's the beauty. And then you're passing that forward. The legacy is my parents are going to live on because there's a student that they never met is going to get a chance at a debt-free education, and they're going to be able to matriculate on and get a degree or a certificate and go on to a great career. That's the power and beauty of Luzerne County Community College.
John, talking about paying it forward, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Wonderful.
Hi, talking to John Yudichak, my friends. Listen, I do bring some of these questions that you are asking me to the college, and just so you know, they go to their website. There's a lot of information on the college there and the tuition, etc. Coming up, we're going to talk about financial aid, how we get some moolah. Welcome back. I'm Sam Lassand, and we're here at Luzerne County Community College. This is the Luzerne County Community College Report. We do it every month, bringing you up to date what's happening at the college. Remember, go to their website, and all of the information that you need to know is there. And of course, our website, ssptv.com, we have all of the shows we've done here at the college. We're talking about financial aid right now, and we have the director of financial aid, Laura Kapalka, and the assistant director, Bob Perhacs. So you give money away, huh?
We do.
Could you give me like a couple $100,000? I'll pay it back in about 20 years. You know, it's amazing. I'm reading here about some of the, Bob always sends me some talking points, but it's amazing what you do in terms of how much money you give out. You know, tell me about your position and something about the financial aid, which we should know.
Okay. Well, I am the Director of Financial Aid at the college. It's a position I've held the last 2 years. The other 6, I was Assistant Director. I was Rob. For a period of time. And we oversee the federal grant and loan program at the college. We also oversee the state grant program, and we oversee Veterans Affairs at our college. So students coming in looking to fund their education, we're there to help make it affordable and a streamlined, easy process for them to have their funding in place and be able to start school.
In terms of getting the financial aid, okay, first of all, the tuition is really inexpensive to begin with, okay? And I was really shocked to see these numbers here as to, you know, how many grants that are given out in financial aid. So 80% of the students are on financial aid, okay? So what would be, Rob, some of the qualifications that you would need to have to go for the finance, and how much aid would you give a person?
Well, it all starts with the first step of the financial aid process. That's submitting the FAFSA on the website studentaid.gov.
The what?
The FAFSA. It's a online form. It stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Okay. So a student submits the FAFSA, and then based on the data that's on their FAFSA and the number of credits they're enrolled in, that determines their financial aid awards.
Okay. What is the Restart program?
The Restart program is a program for students who had to leave school in the last 11 years now due to economic hardship, possibly sickness, or the loss of a job, and they had to go try to find work for their family and had to leave school for some reason, and they left behind an unpaid debt. Mm-hmm. Now they're looking to come back to school, but that debt is standing in their way. And I have sat with students who say, I'd love to come back, but I have a book balance of $500. I can't afford it. And it prohibits them from coming back to college. The Restart program was designed to allow these students to come back to school And as they successfully complete each semester doing certain criteria, a percentage of their debt is relieved. So potentially they can graduate with their degree that they had formerly been working towards and not have any prior debt lingering.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the veterans, all right, how do you work with the veterans? Because I see here that you have a pretty big population with veterans.
With the veterans,
In aid to them.
yeah, we work closely with them. They come into our office and we give them the information they need about the GI Bill. And, it really helps not only the veterans themselves, but, maybe a spouse, maybe a son or daughter that's going back to school. So it's very nice that they could pass, these benefits on to their kids.
What do we look in terms of money? I mean, how much, when you say the aid, is it 60% of the tuition? Is it 100% of the tuition? What is it?
Well, I can say that if you're an in-county student,
Yeah.
and you have a student aid index, which just determines the amount of a grant that you receive, if you have a full grant, you can go through college using grant money, which does not have to be repaid.
Okay. And what is the typical amount of, in terms of aid? Do you work on percentages of the?
So a full Pell Grant would be close to $8,000.
Okay.
It's $7,395. Okay. The medium average of what students receive is about $5,000.
Okay. And you got over 60% of the students are in financial aid.
80% receive financial aid, and when we say financial aid, we're talking about the grants and the loans. Over 60% receive grants and also scholarships.
Okay. In terms of the loans, how does the loans work?
So with the federal student loan, after the student submits a FAFSA, they need to make sure they're taking at least 6 credits to be eligible. Like for this upcoming spring semester, they'd be enrolled in 6 credits, and then they'd have to submit other federal loan requirements, such as a master promissory note, loan entrance counseling, and some students, they don't qualify for the federal Pell Grant, so they're able to use that federal student loan, which is still a very beneficial way to pay for your schooling if you're unable to pay out of pocket.
Okay, so Laura, do you get any money from the state?
Yes.
That you can use for these aid, for financial aid?
Yes, we get the Pennsylvania State Grant. It was known as FIA.
Yeah.
So students are able, once they complete a FAFSA, that's the prerequisite, they're able to apply for the state grant if they've lived in Pennsylvania at least a year.
Okay.
And generally, it offers an additional $1,000 to $2,000 a year that could be put towards their education.
Okay. Now, are you limited as to what you could do with that money that the state gives you? Are there requirements that saying, look, we're giving you just $1 million, but we're giving you $1 million, but you need to only give it to the people who meet these certain.
Yes.
Yeah, you have those requirements.
Yes.
And that's what comes in with the application then, right? When
Yes.
Okay, the application. So in addition to that funding that you're getting, that bank that you need, you have the foundation money.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about what, when people are like John mentioned, which I think is fabulous. Some people, here's $1,000, I want to give because my daughter was here, or I just want to get, help the educational program. What is that? Is there the same limitations on that foundation money as to what the state gives you?
Well, the foundation money, and I think Rebecca will be able to discuss this in more depth.
Okay.
However, I do believe the foundation money is generally put towards tuition and fees unless there is an earmark for something specific.
Okay. So Rebecca.
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm always, when people are saying, then sometimes, look, we have a lot of students who, have enough debt on their hands. Okay. When you're looking at that aid, is this something that has to be paid back?
The federal loans have to be paid back.
Okay.
And we do try to counsel students on keeping their loan debt down, taking only what's necessary to get through school. So it's more affordable for them once they graduate.
Could you get both?
You can definitely get both.
Okay.
And some students definitely do because, let's say you're a single mom and you reduced your hours at work because you want to take more classes. Some students do take out a little bit of loan money to help pay for things around the house, supplement their income.
In closing, we had in high school, we had called them guidance counselors. Okay, you go and you talk about, and they give you some help in terms of. Some people may not know all the stuff that they need, and hence we have Laura and we have Rob. Okay, so you're open to students who or whomever asking questions about that.
We have a full financial aid office. We have financial aid specialists as well as ourselves. And we're open 8 to 5 every day. We're a walk-in office. So you need help doing your free application for federal student aid and setting up your aid for the year. We encourage them to walk in, call us, they could text us, whatever might be necessary. Our goal is to get as many students set up and ready for the start of school by the first day of class.
Okay, but you have to take a certain amount of credits, right, before you get the grants or any aids. Is that the way it goes, Rob?
3 credits for, I'm sorry.
No, okay, it's okay.
3 credits for a federal grant.
Okay.
6 credits for a loan. And
Okay.
6 credits as well for a state
And
grant.
do you have to go for the 2 years?
No, we have some students that will take shorter programs, like a diploma or certificate program, so they could be done in less than a year or a year, and get financial aid and have it pay for the entire diploma.
Okay. Anything you'd like to say in closing?
Just that, again, we welcome students to come in. We look forward to seeing them and look forward to helping them.
Yeah. Well, you're helping, you said, over 80% of the
Yes.
students, right? It's very gratifying to know that the tuition alone is so inexpensive.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that you're not getting the best education. Just so you know, my friends, as a former chairman of the trustees here, it's broken down. Your tuition is broken down. 1/3, it used to be 1/3 the county pays, 1/3 the state, and 1/3 the students. So that's why you're getting the education at that value. It doesn't mean it lessens the value, because you're only paying X amount. You're getting a lot of quality, but you're 2/3 of that is being paid by the state and also the county. When we come back, we'll talk about the scholarship program here at LCC. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Luzerne County Community College Report. I'm Sam Lasanta. We're here at the college, giving you an update of what's happening every month. And remember, you can watch all of these shows on our website, which is ssptv.com, or go to their website, lccc.com, and learn a lot more about what's going on. We're talking about financial aid and scholarship programs. We talked to Laura Kapalka, who is the Director of Financial Aid, and Rob Perhacs, who is Assistant Director. Now we're going to talk to the Executive Director of the Foundation. You know, it's interesting, Rebecca Brominski, I'm sorry. In 2024, okay, over 1,329 students were supported with scholarship funds and other supporting, including transportation assistance, course material support, close to $780,000. That's a lot of money.
And that's a lot of students helped.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, and I didn't know that you also help with transportation as well.
We do. We work with the Luzerne County Transportation Authority for bus passes.
Okay.
So we provide those. They're monthly bus passes for students for free, and it enables them to help to get to class. And some students take classes they may take a class in Nanticoke, they may take a class in Wilkes-Barre, so they can get to and from very easily for no cost.
Okay, so being the executive director, in terms of the foundation, what again would be because some people, they like to apply, but they don't know if they qualify. What are some of the criteria you need to qualify for a scholarship?
Right. We just ask that students, they need to apply to the college and be accepted first. We then have a very simple, short online application. We have scholarships that range from, living in a certain area, participating in extracurricular activities. We have academic scholarships. So there basically is something for everyone. We just really encourage the students to apply, and especially because this money is not like a loan, it's not paid back.
Yeah.
So.
Is there an amount, okay, for example, if I'm going into culinary arts, or if I'm going into a basic associate degree, is there an amount that you're limited to? For example, culinary arts will give you $1,000. Associate degree will give you $500. Do you have limits as to what you can give?
How our scholarships work is that financial aid is applied to the students' account first, and then the scholarships are applied afterwards. So a student can get everything, taken care of and paid for if they qualify.
All right, so you have a budget, correct? Mm-hmm. And do you also get money from the state?
We do not. These are private donors.
Okay, so this comes from the foundation.
It is.
Okay,
It does.
so in terms of if anybody like President Yudichak was talking about is anyone can contribute to that foundation.
They absolutely can. Mm-hmm.
And how do you get, it's strictly donations for your scholarship programs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you put a scholarship, if someone wanted to make a scholarship, like let's say in communications or
Absolutely. Our minimum scholarship amount is $500, and the donor selects the criteria. So they can select major, geographical location, GPA, all those types of criteria are decided upon by the donor.
There's no age limit on this, okay?
There is no age limit. No, it's our scholarship program is unique because we offer different things in addition to scholarships. Like we talked about the transportation assistance. That also runs through the foundation and money that is donated by private donors. We also support course materials. So if a student needs a book or if they need something for their course, we will assist with that as well. We also have food banks in all 7 locations of our campuses to help students close closets as well. So it's not only just a scholarship program, but we support a lot of other things to help the total student achieve their academic and career goals.
Okay, so we talked about the Restart program. Okay, are you involved in that, in the Restart program, and in terms of giving scholarships to those people who want to restart?
A student would have to pay a portion of their past balance, and then they can apply for a scholarship.
All right, so I'm a senior, and I would like to do, I'd like to be involved in higher education, but I'm on a limited income, and, I really can't afford, the classes. I just want to take 1 or 2 classes. Do you have anything for that particular person?
Senior in high school or
No,
senior seasoned?
Seasoned,
Seasoned person.
50 plus, 60 plus, people are still active in their age and they want to get involved, but they're on the fixed Social Security or whatever, and they still want to go to, just to refresh.
Right, so our scholarship program supports our credit classes. So if a student would want to take a culinary course, or like President Yudichak mentioned, something in creative writing,
Yes.
they would go through the same process.
Okay, yeah, that's so they have an opportunity of
Absolutely.
doing that. Okay.
No age limit.
Yeah, as I mentioned, a person said he was 57. I'm 57 years old, Sam. I took a course. I want to keep myself, refreshed in what's going.
Send them our way.
Yeah, well, yeah.
For sure.
Well, thank God he had, he was able. And you know what he said? He said, I had a lot of fun doing that. It was he met all different ages, which is great about the. How long have you been at the college?
20 years.
Come on.
I know, I don't look that
Well,
up.
you started when you were 10.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. No, it's a great college, isn't it?
It is. I'm a product of it, so
Are you really?
I love to talk about it.
Yeah.
I do.
And of course, your family. I know you're, the judge and the commissioner.
Yeah.
Long time.
We're local.
Yeah. I think, Rebecca, the opportunities here at the college, with the financial aid and the scholarships, there's a lot going for them. And with all due respect to all the other higher education facilities we have, and we've been blessed with a lot of great colleges. Wouldn't you think?
We have a lot of great opportunities for our students here.
You've been here for 20 years. Okay. So tell me what excites you about being here for 20 years?
The best thing I can tell you is watching a student that we helped with a scholarship. We helped them in the food bank. We provided course materials. Walk across that stage in May.
Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Best night of the year.
That's good. And you're over 8,000 students now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I wish you the best. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, and please send my best to your family. Okay?
I will.
Great family.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. My friends, you're watching the Luzerne County Community College Report. Now, we have other reports. We have Visit Luzerne Report, we have the Mayor's Report in Hazleton, and we have the Hazleton Area School District Report. And we, coming back on, will be the Schuylkill Report. So all of these shows are seen on ssptv.com. In the Wilkes-Barre Mountaintop area, we're on Channel 92 every Saturday and Sunday evening from 7 to 11 p.m. And of course, 24/7 on Service Electric Cablevision and Comcast 190 in the Pottsville area. We cover over 500,000 households. So we're there for you. If there's anything you need, my email is sam@ssptv.com. We'll see you next time.